would it be amazing if your vagina wasn't on fire? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allison. If not, thank you so much for tuning back in. So for this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my postpartum essentials. So I had a baby like a few months ago, and I just wanted to share with you guys a lot of things that helped me with like my postpartum recovery. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I do want to preface by saying that you 100% don't need everything that I have in this basket, but would it be amazing if your vagina wasn't on fire? Yes. Okay, so to start with, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like give you guys a rundown of like what the hospital gives you, and then also like the things that I went ahead and got by myself. I did do a lot of research before I had a baby on like things that people use and like things that nurses recommended, and I also spoke with like my OB about some of the things that she recommended. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about all of that. So for starters, when I first had a baby, the hospital did give me like a lot of supplies, and the hours, or like the first couple of days, maybe like a day, I think it just like depends, everybody's different. These were like the pads that I was wearing, and I kid you not, when she showed it to me and gave it to me, I thought it was like a puppy pad. And believe it or not, like I needed this at the time, and I'm not sure about you, but this is like pretty big and uncomfortable, but you know, you have to do what you have to do. And I still have a couple of these left. I didn't use everything up, but I do remember like I got replenishments 2 days after I was in the hospital. And then I do remember transitioning to the next size down, which was this one right here. It's not that much smaller, but it's just like a little bit thinner, and it does not feel like you're wearing a blanket. So yeah, and I also have like a couple of that one left as well. And then I remember the next size down, which I really loved these, was just this one right here. This one just kind of looks like the regular maxi pad that you would get from the grocery store, and I only have like one of that one left. And then lastly, the other variation that like my hospital gave me was this one right here, and I just like that it opens up and like becomes wider both in the front and in the back. And you guys, I didn't ever think that I would ever use this many pads in my life, or like this many different kinds of pads in my life, but I did. And 100% do make sure that you use like the ones that your hospital gives you. If you're giving birth in a hospital, I mean, like you're paying for it, and they really do help a lot. So all right, and then the next thing that my hospital did give me was these maxi pads. These for me were amazing because like everything was just kind of like burning down there whenever like the numbing spray was not working, which I'm going to touch on the numbing spray here in a second. So yeah, these were the ones the hospital gave me, and then I also went ahead and bought my own ones, and these are by firsttimemom. These were absolutely amazing, and they just look like this, and it's just the instant ice maxi pads. The instructions are right here, but these were absolutely amazing. I do have to say though, like if you're using these, you're probably not going to be able to wear like for like a long time at a time, only because they're not very absorbent. So it's just kind of like, you know, everything just like sits on the top. Honestly, I feel like they're just amazing to wear for like the first 30 minutes to an hour. After that, honestly, they're not even as cold anymore, and things just kind of like get messy, and I had to learn that the hard way. But these are 100% amazing, especially for like whenever things are hurting, you know, down there. They definitely help a lot. And I think I have like 3 left from like the pack of the firsttimemom ones. I believe I saw these in store at Target, but I ordered mine from Amazon. And then also my nurse was kind enough to give me like the hot version of these, and she gave these to me to like put on my stomach for when I was cramping a lot, because like the first few days you do get a lot of cramps feeling like uterus is contracting. So these were very helpful with that. But if you're able to, if you have one whenever you go home, or if you want to purchase one, I believe like a heating pad would serve the same purpose. Just I wouldn't just make it too hot, you know, just in case. But yeah, these were also very helpful, and I think I have a couple of these left as well. And then the other thing the hospital gives you is these witch hazel pads, and these were the ones, same exact ones that my hospital gave me. I did use like quite a bit of these. You don't ever think you need these things, but I promise you, like, they make things feel 100 times better. And then I also did go ahead and purchase the Tux pads, and I promise you, to this day I still use these sometimes because, like, postpartum constipation is not a joke. That's a story for another day. And then the other thing that my hospital gave me was just this Perry bottle right here. This is the one that they give you. It does the job, but I also did go ahead and purchase the Freedom Moms one. Honestly, they both work really well. The only thing I liked about this one is you know, just kind of how it was like a little bit more directed, and like the spout is a little bit longer. I had like internal stitches, so it definitely helped with like cleaning the area out for this one, whereas I feel like that wasn't really getting to the area as well, because, you know, it's like you're squeezing upwards, but like for this one, it was, the water is coming down, and it was just like a good amount of pressure, you know, to get where it needed to be. So yeah, I definitely would recommend getting this, and I believe it was like only $8, so I mean, why not? I also have in here this Freedom Mom perennial cooling pad liners. Now I do have to say, these are kind of a little bit like annoying, because one, they're like too long. They're like really long, and which can be a good thing, but in my opinion, I just kind of found like they were like a little bit flimsy, like they didn't stay in place. By the time you were like putting your underwear on, these have already like moved out of place. I wish it was like a way to like make them maybe shorter, and like I wish they were just like a little bit more sturdy. I did find like towards the end it did help me when I folded them in half, because it felt like they were staying in place better. But when I wasn't wearing like the ice maxi pads, these definitely felt amazing when things were just like burning a little bit down, because it kind of gave like a similar sensation with kind of like cooling things down, only because I know they have witch hazel as well. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk. It's 2 in the morning and I'm so tired, so you guys bear with me, and I need to go ahead and pump after this because mom life. And then anyways, so I did go ahead and like purchase some pads by myself after I got home and things got a little bit lighter, you know. So this was the box of pads that I got, and I actually believe this is my second box because I was running through these like crazy. And these are just like the Always Pure Cotton pads. These are amazing, and honestly, if you're going to be wearing pads for that long, or like for as long as I did, you do want like something that's cotton, because it's a little bit more breathable. I felt like when I was wearing regular pads, I was starting to like burn down there from like all the moisture, because things were not really breathing. But whenever I switched over to these, that problem went away. So definitely get like cotton pads. Doesn't have to be these. I know a brand that I really like as well was also the Cora pads, I believe is how you say that, and they're found at Target. I will try and insert a picture on screen if I can find one. Alright, and then I also just got like a regular pack of pads. These are the ones that I kind of try not to wear too much of, because again, I felt like things were not really breathing because they were causing a lot of moisture. The top part kind of feels like it has plastic, so imagine if you're wearing like pads for that many days, you know. So anyways, I still did have like some of these. I would wear them, especially when I started to like leave out of the house, but for most of the times I was wearing like the cotton pads. These, not so much. Alright, and then the other thing I want to show you guys is just this dermoplast. I feel like this one is in every postpartum video that I have ever watched, and it was also in like a lot of the blogs that I read about. This one, your hospital will probably give you this. I know like for a lot of people, your hospital gives it to you if you're giving birth in the hospital. If I had to put a smell to like my postpartum recovery, it would be the smell of this spray. Like, I smell it now, and I literally go back to like that hospital restroom whenever I had a baby. But this was helpful. In the beginning, I was kind of like, I'm not even sure what this is doing, but like when I didn't put it on there, I definitely noticed a difference. So it was definitely doing the job of like numbing things, and oh my goodness, just like the cooling sensation actually felt amazing. So like this spray and like the ice maxi pads were completely amazing for me, and they made things a little bit more bearable. Alright, and then lastly, what I'm going to be showing you guys, something that I used a lot was these like pad underwear, or like period underwear. I know the other ones that I used was like the Always, I think they're called Boutique, and those are, I'm not exactly sure what the name of them is. I don't have the packet anymore, and I used up all of those because those were amazing to wear, especially with the ice pads, because these are a little bit bulky, and I feel like those allowed for a lot more room to be able to put something like that on there and still be comfortable to like hold everything together. But when I put this on with like these, I kind of felt like they were a little bit too tight, except after I got like the bigger size, which is why I ended up getting like the large, extra large. When I got like my regular size, on the small and medium, they were fine just by themselves, but I couldn't line it with like this. And I remember at some point during my recovery, I was lining these right here, these maxi pads, with these because it was just, I needed it. Anyway, so I just got these from Target. This was my second box. Like I say, the first one I got in a small medium, but I wasn't able to like put anything else underneath, and I kind of felt like just by themselves they were a little bit too light for like all the bleeding that I had. But these were absolutely amazing, and I like that they were black, and honestly I definitely like what they look like. I definitely prefer the look of these to like the other ones, because these look less like diapers and even more like underwear. Like I remember even when my mom saw them, she just thought they were just like regular underwear. But I would 100% recommend that you get some of these. And then you don't need both of them. If you have to, get these in like a bigger size, just so you're able to like use the ice maxi pads, or even just like layer up on the pads. Or you can go ahead and get the Always Boutique. I know for sure for those that they have more in the packet, but I'll go ahead and definitely insert like a link down below for those, and then also a picture of them on screen so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then the one thing that I don't have here but I definitely feel like I should mention is like stool softeners. So for me, my doctor prescribed me some to take home, but you can definitely go ahead and get some from like Kroger or whatever grocery store. Honestly, I feel like every pharmacy or grocery store has them. Again, postpartum constipation is not a joke, and whatever people tell you about your first poop after having a baby, believe them. I remember I was so scared to go to the restroom, but that definitely helped things out a little bit, and the constipation really doesn't go away like right away. However long it takes for you, just definitely include like a bottle of stool softeners in your postpartum basket. You're gonna need it, I promise. It makes things so much better. You already went through the pain and the work of having a baby. Do not continue to suffer. And honestly, for like a lot of these things, again, you don't need everything that's in here. I feel like some of the things are luxuries, but for as much work and as much pain that women go through to like bring babies into the world, I definitely feel like if you can make things easier and less painful for yourself and just a little bit more comfortable, definitely go ahead and do that. So anyways, if you stuck around to the end of this video, I know it was kind of short, but that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking around. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.